You gotta get into the groove.
Hello and welcome to another Groove Asia Leaders Unite session, and my name is Peter Moinaro and I'm coming live from New Zealand. So if you're watching me live, put a hashtag live in the comments, and if you're watching this as a replay later on, just put a hashtag replay. While you're here live, put any questions into the chat if you like, and I will try my best to answer them as I go through our session today. I just want to see who's actually in the comments here. We've got Tyler. Thank you, Tyler, once again for being my support here in the in these sessions. And also we have Nancy all the way from Canada. Who else? We've got Samir, which is Sam AI. Samir, thank you for joining us too as well. And of course, Dr. Lisa. Good to have you guys here. And we're in our third week of building the one-page website, and hopefully so far you guys are actually enjoying it. So now before I get started, just a couple of things. So if you're new to Groove and you're trying to sort of work your way around it to see how to use it and all that, we do actually have on our YouTube channel here in the Groove Asia, we do actually have some training on some of the apps if you want to have a look through our playlist as well. And of course, we're doing these sessions weekly as well. We are doing some more training on in terms of when things come up to date. I guess, when like we've got our new Groove mail, tiny mail or tiny email partnership, if you like, that's integrated with Groove platforms. So at some point, I will be actually doing a quick training on that and how do you get started on that. So it's fairly straightforward, fairly easy. And I quite like the whole dashboard and the user-friendly aspect of it. So you can do all the things like create campaigns, and I think there is a component in there for SMS as well. Right, let's have a look at some of these comments. Okay, so we have, what have we got here? Dr. Lisa. Dr. Lisa, I've got to get serious about GrooveCell. Absolutely. So GrooveCell, for people who don't know what GrooveCell is, it's actually I guess it's used for affiliate marketing. So if you're selling digital products, it's a great application for that, and ideal for digital products. If you're looking at selling products, physical products like e-commerce in terms of drop shipping and things like that, GrooveCart would probably be your best bet to use. But GrooveCell, very ideal for digital products. And then if you're doing affiliate marketing, and that could mean digital downloads such as PDFs and software, those sorts of things. Tyra, we appreciate sharing your knowledge, time, and energy. Thanks, Tyra. Appreciate you guys too as well. Okay, let's get started. All right, I'm just going to share my screen, and hopefully everybody can see that. Just give me a 1 if you can. Now, I'm pretty bad at changing tabs, so I am going to make a real conscious effort to make sure that I'm actually sharing the tab that I'm on, because, I get way ahead of myself, and then you guys, I can see in the comments that you guys are saying, hey, share your tab. So I'm going to make a real conscious effort, okay, to make sure that I am actually sharing my tab. We've got Nancy 1. Okay, cool. Nancy, you can see the screen, which is really cool. All right. Now, if you are new to Groove and the first thing you're going to see when you do log in is you're going to see this dashboard. We've got the applications up here in the top menu, if you like, but we also have it. If you hover over the Groove icon, you will see that they're also there. I actually like using this one, and mainly because I can right click on it on a PC, and then I can actually open it up in a new tab. So if I share this tab here, then I can have two tabs open at once, right? So, and that's the great thing about Groove, is that you don't have to go out of one section to go into the next. I can have multiple, websites. Like if I'm working on two different websites at the same time, I can have multiple sites open at the same time and switch in between and work on each one. So that's the beauty about it. And of course, if you can see here, I have a clone of the website of my main website, or my live website, if you like. I have a clone here, which is always good as a backup. But also the other thing is too as well, if you're actually doing some updates and there's some major updates that you need to do on a client, like I have clients, if I have major updates to do on a client's website, then I can still have their website up, their original website up, while I'm working on all the updates on their cloned website. Once that's done, I can switch it over and just change the domain over to the cloned one, and that will become live. So there's very rare is there any downtime or down for maintenance or things like that. So that's the other beauty about it. I don't know a lot of other platforms that actually have that kind of feature, but there's so many. There are so many, pros when it comes to using the group pages for websites for yourself or for your clients. All right, so the one that I'm working on at the moment is this one here, which is I've got it labeled as a sample website. So this is the one that we've been working on for the last few weeks now, the one-page website. Thanks, John. Robert, Robert, joining us live, #live. Thank you for joining us. We'll probably get a few more people that will actually join us too as well as time goes by. So if you remember rightly, we started off from top to bottom, just basically doing the skeleton of the website, if you like, or the wireframe, and working our way down. We've added images, like for the main one here, and then logos for the carousel here, or the slider, I should say. We haven't worked on this yet, the tabs, but we're going to be doing that today. And was also done like the services and all that sort of thing, and click more buttons. Okay, we have the testimonials. I did actually cover this last week, that if you wanted to just do testimonials manually, just input them manually. Like if you've got testimonials from Google or Facebook, and you want to just copy and paste that into here, then you can dress this up a wee bit as well. Or the other one that I actually suggested was the going to alfsite.com and getting the code for the code embed for getting your testimonials from your Google, your Facebook, your Trustpilot, wherever, and they will just update automatically in here live. So at the end of the day, this is great if you just want to put just a few testimonials or reviews up there. I don't like the kind of having the photo thing. I think it's just like, if you don't actually have a photo of the user, then you're just going to have a silhouette. I normally just take that out. But other than that, yeah, you can actually just do them manually. Right. Okay. Tyra says she can hear me and see me, so which is cool. Very cool. All right. We're going to, well, we've done all this now. And obviously all this information here will be filled out at some point. But we're on the tabs at the moment. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then we'll come down to the testimonials. We might just put some text in there, and we'll take out the images and all that sort of thing, and just kind of make it look like it's part of the website. And also too as well, we're going to work on the form. Okay, so that's just a placeholder, but we will work on the form. Okay, let's work on the tabs. So tab 1, we have here, we can put an image there. It's got service and all that sort of thing. So what I might do on this one here, I'll change this one. So I am going to, so that's tab content 1. We've got 4 tabs there by the looks of it. I don't see 4 tabs, so it just says 3. Okay. Let me just go here, 4 tabs, and then I'm going to go up 1. All right, go up 1 more. Okay, so default active tab. Okay, we'll make that tab 1. So the default active tab is the one that's going to show when you get on the site. It's the one that's going to show immediately on the tab element there. So we're just going to have tab 1 showing. All right, and we're just going to update. So that will actually be the one that will be open. You can do tab 2 if you like, or tab 3, but normally the one to the left, or the first on the list, basically is this one that is on default, by default. What else have we got? Let's just go 1 more up. Okay, that's cool. All right, so this is the one that I wanted to have a look at. So we've got 3 tabs. Heads are not automatically created. You need to manually add new tab content and link with a tab head. So what that's actually saying is that each section needs to be linked with this area here. Okay, so and that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, let's just call this one here tab 1. We'll call this one about us. Tab 2, let's call this one services. And tab 3, let's call this one, let's talk AI. Okay. And update them all. Okay, so we've got all that there. I want to dress up the tabs a wee bit, so we're going to make them look sort of coincide with the rest of the thing. And so let's get that color right. We had a bit of a red color there, so no, that's not going to work. Hang on. Let's just go no color. Go 1 more up. Yeah. Background red. And then we'll go text white. Okay. We may even go, in terms of the text, we may even go just a bit more bolder. So we'll go semi-bold. Actually, we might go bold. Okay, cool. And then this one here, we'll do exactly the same thing. The background, probably need to go back up 1. There. Okay, background. There. We're going to be doing the text white. And then we're going to go bold. And the next one, again, we need to, so this is a little bit tricky. So when you click on it, you see that other color that we just saw here. I'm not sure, I think that might be the hover, but let's just do, this is the background. This is the solid background. The hover would be a different color. So we'll come on here, then we'll come to background, and then we'll just go red. Do the text white. White. And then we'll go bold again. Okay. And we just got to change the, some reason, it's added in that. Not sure why. Cool. All right, so now if I click off that, okay, so actually the reason why it's got that color is that's the color that it is when it's active or activated, if you like. Okay, so we just need to change that color. If we don't want that color, which I don't want because it doesn't fit within my color scheme, then we can change that color, that background color, which is the active color. So if I come over to here, oops, hang on. I'm going to spread this out a wee bit. So if I come over to here, click on that, and we go to active, you see how we've got that color. Now I'm going to change that around. I'm going to, the active color, I want it to be black. Okay, so when it's active, or when it's clicked on, that's what it's going to be. Same with this one. We're going to do the same there as well. Go to active, and I'm just going to change that one to black. And the same again with this one here. Background, active, and that was going to be black. Now, you do pretty much the same thing with the hover as well. So if you're hovering over it, so if we click on this one here, oops, if we click on that there, and we come over to hover, all right, so hover, that's the color, well, it's got no color. So if we went to go into hover, then maybe we could pick just not quite a black color, but a shade of black, or shade of gray, I should say. So we've done that on hover. So when we hover over it, that's what it's going to look like. When I click on it, it should go black. Okay. All right. So same with this one here. We're going to go hover, click on that, go to background, go to hover, and then we're going to pick on that same color that we used in this one again. Hover, background, and again. Okay. All right, so now we've got the 3 tabs looking pretty cool. You will notice that there is actually a teal borderline or line up above. Now, how do you get rid of that? If you don't want that there, or you want to change the color, just click on this container here. Yeah, and you'll see the green light where it's got a little green light. That means that actually there has been some changes made to that border, and that's what that is. That is that top green line, or that top teal colored line. So if we click on here, border, you will see that it's got a 2 point up here. So what we need to do, all right, so is that 2 or 3? 3. So that's 3 pixels, all right, and the other sides are 1 pixel. So they've made this one thicker. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click in the middle here, and we're just going to not select any of them at this stage, and then we're going to go to the top one and only select that. Now you can see the teal color there. What we can do is we can change the color, or we can just take it right out. So I'm just going to no color and just take that line right out, so that it, well, yeah. Hang on, let me just go back here. We'll go back to that again. We will add that as 1 pixel, so that it is the same as the others, and we'll make that color, I think that's the same color, I'm not sure. But yeah, so we've got that line there up the top. All right, so that's cool. Now we're on About Us, and we need to change this here. About Us. Well, I might just put Who Are We? Okay. Don't forget, guys, if you've got any questions, just stick them in the chat. And I'm looking over there every now and then, only because I'm waiting for someone to say, hey, you forgot to change your tab. But I am still on the same tab, so I'm all good. All right, so just ask me questions if you like. It can be related to this, or can be related to anything else in terms of Groove, or what we're doing at the moment. Okay, so who are we? I'm going to leave that text in there, just leave it like that, and then I'm just going to grab an image. Let me just grab. Oh, and the other thing is too as well, this also actually hooks up to your click. Well, I think it's called Designer Pro. It is Click Designs, but Groove added it in a different membership much later in the much later on in Groove, and they called it Designer Pro, but it is originally Click Designs. So I can actually link up with my Click Designs account, and then I can grab images from there if I want to by just clicking on here, and there's some of my images there. So that even grabs your bundles and stuff like that. So yeah, actually I might just use one of these maybe. Let's grab that one. Also, you probably don't know what Usign is. I mean, it is something I've had for years, but it looks like it connects to that. I haven't used it, but if I go to there, there's nothing there. So, but yeah, so we're going to use this one. All right, and we're just going to put that in there. We can change the size on this if we want. So I'm going to come over to size here. Yeah, not that very big, is it? The other thing is too is we could probably change the size of all this as well. Habs container, we'll go container down the bottom here. Yeah, see the percentage is only half, it's only 50%. So if we go bigger, we can actually create it there. Now I'm just wondering whether or not, if we go back to 50, I'm just wondering whether or not we can actually change the height at the same time. So I'm going to go height here, and I'm going to go relative, I'm going to go auto, see what happened. No, okay. Let's go relative to parent. Okay, doesn't matter. We'll leave it like that anyway. Go a bit more wider, I think. Yeah. I just want to see if I can get this size. Sometimes you got to play around with this. There's no actually the height here. Yeah, I think that size is actually quite probably where we're going to get stuck on. So I'm going to change the image. I'm just going to go to one of my normal images rather than from my Click Designs. What have I got here? Let's put one of these in then. I'm going to start that one. Okay, I'm still getting the same result. All right, so we just need to actually make sure that I can. All right, there's so much space in here, it's not funny. Actually, hang on. Let me just see if I can get that. Will that actually help me change the size here? Container. Maximum width, try that. Yeah. Playing around with this, just actually, like, I've tried many ways to try and understand how this all works. And the only way that I've been able to sort things out is just to be able to play around with it and to see if I can actually get it to do what I want it to do. Let's try that. Static. Okay, so this here is static. I normally put that on percentage, but I don't know if that's going to work at all. It doesn't. Parent default. Auto. All right. I'm figuring there might be just too much spacing in there. Or maybe not enough. Anyway. I could be on this all day, I think. I just need to try and see if I just want to get that image bigger, which is a bit of a nuisance at the moment because it's not doing what I'm wanting it to do. But we'll just see. The only other thing I can do here, I guess, is just do a fixed height, which, yeah, that's not even going to work either. But let's leave it right there for now. I'll probably sort that out a little bit later in the piece. But we'll put an image there. So that's in the About Us. Next one is services. We're going to put one in there as well. Okay, services. Try and look for something. Let's just put that one in there. Oh yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah. I'll have to figure that. Always mixed up with the relative to appearance and order. You know what, Nancy? Yeah. It's a little bit confusing. There's no rhythm, rhyme or reason in how you do it. I have actually played around a lot with this sort of stuff, just to try and get things working the way that I want them to work. You can see with the image here, I'm on the image now. I should be able to create a bigger image or make it bigger. However, I think a lot has to do with how this has all been formatted. So yeah, let's have a look at this. Yeah, doesn't make sense to be that small, that's for sure. Let me just try something like, no, mine. All right, anyway, so we've got, what's this one called again? Services. Let's just correct this one here. And the next one is Let's Talk AI. And I'm just going to put in here, we offer AI solutions for small businesses. You notice I haven't done it the same as the title of the tab, only because just trying to make it more interesting in terms of the in here. I know identify won't. I know I did identify. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put an image in here. I really do think it's got something to do with the spacing at this stage, but who knows? Let's put this in. It's so annoying. So annoying that, and it is like I'm normally just create my own in terms of tabs, but we're using the one that they've provided, which is tabs content block. Okay, I'm just going to decrease the spacing a wee bit and bring that down. Okay, and then let's see if I can. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It just doesn't. I don't think I'm going to get anywhere on this. Anyway, so with their services, Talk AI, I'll attempt to probably make this. I'll attempt to make this better at some other point. But anyway, we've got that there. So when we actually swap over to there, then we're seeing the different services. So these are all linked up to the tabs. All right, so that's that one there. Now you can actually have it without. I sometimes like to have without the borderline. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to just take out the borderline. All right. And that way then it kind of just looks like it's part of the background, if you like. I'm happy with the spacing. Normally I have it a little bit more closer if I've got more tabs. But because there's only 3 tabs, then I'm happy with the spacing. It does annoy me that I can't get these images bigger than I wouldn't like them to be. But we'll work on that. And who knows, if we've got a bit of time, we might revisit that after the next slide. Okay, so we're down to testimonials. I just want to put in here. Yeah. And again, I am just going to just be a little bit innovative about some of your titles. So in here, I'm just going to put we care. Yeah. About we care about your business. So I'm coming from a agency kind of a perspective when I'm doing this, obviously. All right, I'm just going to get rid of these. Actually, I don't even like this layout here. Might just change this and I'll get a different one. We'll go wireframe again. Let's go testimonials. And most of them have actually got photos, which, okay, let's just try this one. See how that looks. All right, you just asked ChatGPT and you got the answer. Please share. That's awesome. Isn't ChatGPT pretty cool? Okay. I'm going to grab that and then I'm going to stick that in there instead. And get rid of that block that I put in there. Okay, get rid of this one. What can I put in here? What is this for image? No, that's not. I'm just going to add my color, my theme color in there. You can add, I guess, whatever you want to do in there, you can put in there, but I'm just going to put my theme color. You can see there's a bit of a shadow line there. What I'm going to do is make that more prominent. And so I'll see if I can actually do the whole shadow. Box shadow, let's go large, extra large there. I'm going to do the border. I'm going to give them some curves. So you can see that it's only curved on one side, but because these are 2 separate things here. So it's curved on one side, and you can see that. But it looks pretty cool. We'll leave it like that. We'll do the same with this one here as well. So what was that? That was how much? 17. Okay, do the same here. So what I'm doing is I'm selecting the stylable element, okay? And then I'm putting a border around it. So I'm going to go to here, corners. Actually, I'll just take this corner out. I'll take out these corners. We don't want those. I'll just click on them. We just want the white corners, and we'll do the same for the other in a sec. And then we're just going to go up to 17. All right, and then we'll get that, 17. And let's go down to box shadow, and then we're going to go for a large, extra large, I think it was. There, all right. Let's do the same for we need to actually rectify this one here. Okay, border, come back over here. We just want to take these ones out there and there because it's not shown anyway. And Cool. All right. So now we've got kind of like a pretty cool looking review or testimonial area. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to make these bold. You can just click on, you don't need to highlight the whole word, by the way. You can just click on the actual part, the section, and then come over to text and then just go bold there, and it'll do the whole lot there. Text and then bold. Okay, I'm going to leave that as it is. Obviously, you'd put the name and you put the testimonial in there. So I'm going to leave that as it is. All right, let's get down to the form. Now, the form is going to be done in a couple of steps because we need to create the form. And then we need to put that in here. We also need to probably just make this all look pretty cool as well. You notice on the background here, it's kind of not quite white. I've broken up the white with these breaks here. So I'm going to take away that gray tinge in the back. So I'm just going to come to here, background, and I'm just going to change the color to white. Okay. Helps it stick out a wee bit more too as well. All right, let's get on to the form. So with the form, we need to create a form. So to do that, I'm going to need to probably just do a mock type sort of a business form, I guess, if you like. So let's go over to forms. Now, this is what I like when I was saying before about when you hover over the icon at the top left there, you actually get a lot of the different apps showing up here where I can just right click. So I'm going to right click on GrooveMail because I want to create a form. So I'm going to right click on there, and then you won't see that, and then that will take me to GrooveMail. We'll just wait for that to load up. So now we're going to create the form. Right. All right, who's saying what in here? All right, play with the best way. Yeah, playing with it is sometimes the best way. Yeah, only in big blocks with a lot of elements in it. Difference, I say. Yeah, yeah, just, a trial and error has been a lot of how I've actually learnt about Groove as well over the years. And it's also been in terms of just playing around with it, not being too, I'm not too sure why this is not loading up, but let me just refresh this again. Here we go. Sometimes you just got to give it a bit of a nudge. All right, so look, at the moment, I'm already hooked up with Tiny Email. Tiny Email, but we're just going to, for demonstration purposes, we're going to go back to the home here, and we're going to go to the GrooveMail dashboard, not the Tiny Email. So I'm just going to go back to here. And this is where we're going to create our form. So let's just click on that. All right. Yeah, let's just do a new form. I'm going to go sample website form. That's what I've called it anyway, sample website. And save and continue. All right, now I wouldn't worry too much about the aesthetics of it straight off the bat. It doesn't really matter what it looks like in here, to be quite honest. And, because you can actually just add a bit more of your color, the theme of or the color of your theme and all that, once it's actually embedded into your homepage. So, but here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a few more things in here because this is really just for a newsletter. But what we want to do is we want to capture leads. So at the end of the day, we want people to give their first name and last name as well as their email address, and have a message box as well where they can actually put a message in. So let's do that now. I'm going to add a field. So we've got the first name, we've got the email fields. We want the last name. So we click on the add field and come to here, click on last name, save. We want the text field or the comment field. Again, click on field and we'll come down and there should be comments here. So we're going to go comments. I think that's the one. Yep. Yeah. All right. So now we've got kind of like, we shouldn't really have the first name up the top, last name underneath it, and then the email. So let's do that now. I'm gonna bring the email down to here. Now, sometimes when you do this, it doesn't, well, if you're going up that way, it doesn't work. So what we're going to do is that we'll click on it, hold, and let's just go slightly to the right and then bring it down. And then that way then it'll place it there, because people do have trouble trying to get them positioned right. And that's what I found, that if you actually click on it and then drag it slightly to the right and then bring it up or down, then it will actually position straight away. So we've got first name, last name. You can see here the last name is all one word, but the first name is two different words, two separate words. So to be consistent and be more uniform, let's just change that. So we're going to come here, click on the field, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go edit field. Oops. Edit field. Okay. And then we're going to separate that there by just adding a space and the capital N. And we're going to make this field required. Okay. And then update. Let's just make sure that this one here is required too as well. Yeah, we need to make that one required as well. And this one is required by default. So cool. We don't need to do anything there. Let's I think, yeah, this field is required. So yeah, I was going to say, let's just make this one required as well. So that's fine. That's already done that. And then we've got submit. Okay, that's all we need for now. Here we can get rid of this if we don't want this. So there, I think we won't be able to revert this, delete, and then we're going to, so I'm clicking on the actual section, the lines here, and then you'll get the delete button here. Now I'm going to delete that as well. All right, so all that we have is this. Okay, and then we're going to go next, or we can go save and next up top, whichever you prefer. We'll do this one here. Okay, not happy. Okay, there we go. It's still stuck on here by the looks of it. Okay. All right, so next part is that we need a subscribers list and all that sort of thing. So let's come here. I'm gonna add the, well, actually I'll just do a new one. So just so that show you how we do it. If you haven't done it prior, you can do it now in this part, in this section. So we're going to come here, going to scroll right down to the bottom, and we're going to go new list. And because I've called this sample website, I'm going to call it sample list. And let me just copy that for now. Copy, and then create. All right. So now we select that list. That should end up at the top when you first create it. We go there. All right. So anyone who actually fills out the form on the website will be added to that list, or the name of that website list, if you like. Tags. Okay. Select tags. I would suggest creating tags. You don't have to, but I would suggest that you do, because this is later on when you want to do campaigns and stuff like that. This is how you can segment different parts of a website contact list, so that you can send emails to separate contacts on that contact list for whatever reason. It may be because these people bought bought or bought into, well, bought your, what would you say, signed up for your course, but the others didn't, and then you could probably market to those ones who didn't, that sort of thing. So I'm going to create a tag, come down here again, new tag, and I'm going to call this the same thing. So sample list, just put it, if you're going to copy and paste, make sure that you do a space and a backspace. And description is all, it's just anyone, it's really only for your information, to be honest. Anyone who contacts through our website. Okay. Now we don't have a category filter, so we need to create one. So let's come down here. Again, I'm just going to call it sample list or sample website. Let's just go website this time. We should have called the other one sample tag. So sample website, and then we're just going to add that. Oh, hang on, there we go. Yeah, add that there. And then I'm going to grab wherever that is there, and then create tag. Come here. And so we've got that sample. Yeah, I don't want to rename that. Like, I should have called that sample tag, but doesn't matter. We know we're not going to thing it into a sequence at this point because we don't have one set up. So yeah. All right, single opt-in. It's better to do a double opt-in. All right, and so what? In actual fact, with this one here, I would probably just not do that. I'll just do the single opt-in only because this is just a website inquiry. It's not like they're signing up for anything. So we'll just leave it like that at this stage. Redirect to a success page. This is the one that always gets me confused. Success, I think, would be the one that once they've submitted their form, you're going to go to a success page to say, thanks, your message has been submitted. So that's kind of the one that we're going to put in here. I haven't done that page yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to actually just put sample website hashtag submitted. Of course, you would need to create a page with that extension on the back on there, that URL extension. All right, so we'll leave that as that is. We're not going to send anything. Recipients. So, who do you want to, who's going to receive the notification of the email or the message? In order to have these in here, you need to actually have your email address set up as a recipient as well as a sender, or you can just switch this on and it will go to your account email address, which is the one that you log into your GroupMail account. So we'll just leave it like that and go next. I'll save it next. Try that one. Sampleemailaddress.com. We'll put .com. Save it next. And next, and then finish. Hey, Johan, good to see you here. All right, so we've created the form, sample website form. That's what we've called it because we've called the website sample website. So what we need to do now is we need to head back to the back end of the website here, and we need to change this out. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on here. Now, when you see this, okay, so when you see this, it's got integration. Okay, this is going to confuse you straight off the bat because you're going to wonder, how do I actually add my form? It doesn't say anything about form. That's because we need to change this out. We actually need to change this whole thing. All right, we're not going to stick with that. We're going to change that out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into elements, and we're going to go down to group mail form, which is here. And what we want to do is we want to drag it into the container, but we want to drag it outside of this particular form container. So we're going to drag and drop very carefully, and we're going to try and get, you see how I've got it below where the pink line is? That's where I want to place it. All right, so now we've got that there. All right, and we just want to get rid of this one here. We don't want that one. Okay, we definitely don't want that one in there. So we'll just go there and we'll delete it. So now we've got this placeholder here. All right, so let's come into the settings now, and we should see now we can select the form. So let's have it here, and we've got sample website, and we're not going to do any redirect. We're just going to update. Okay, cool. All right, as you are aware that this now whole form is actually ended at the bottom of the map. Now you can leave it like that if you want to. It doesn't matter. Or if you want that same effect that it had before where it actually was partially on top of the map, then we can do that. So, and this is how we do that. Just click on one of these fields, and we're going to go into container there. So I'll do that again. One of the fields, we've got input, then we've got container, all right, which is, oh, come on. Okay, mouse is not working. Let's go up. All right, so there's the group mail form. And then we're going to go container. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to move that container over the top of the map. And this is how we can do that. So we go to, not layouts, where is it? Let's go one more up. No. Yeah, okay, negative spacing. All right, let's go container, go to spacing. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to move that up to the top here. So we're going to come up to the just here up the top of the outside of the line here, which is the spacing part, and we're going to make this negative spacing, and this is how we're going to do it. So, and we're going to move that up like that. Okay. What we're also going to do here is that we're going to add some color in the background here as well. So let's just do that. Background. Just put it over there. And we need some spacing above the first name. So let's go back to spacing. Here, like so. If you want to add more spacing above, then we can just click on here and then, make sure you got negative selected. Click on here and then do more if you like. I've ended up having too much on the bottom here, so I'm not sure why, but let's just have a quick look. Oops. My mouse is doing some silly things at the moment. Okay, spacing. Yeah. Trying to figure out why this is actually maybe. Spacing. Okay, let's just try size here. We'll just go parent default. We'll go height, auto, relative. There. Okay, cool. We've done that. So now we just want to make this a little bit wider. Okay. We don't need that one, so take that out, and then we're just going to just... All right. Well, actually, I'm thinking we should make the background black now. So let's just do that, or even a darker gray. Cool. And we'll make the button red. We'll make the text a little bit bigger. We'll make it bold and a wee bit bigger. You see that it says 100. Well, it's not 100, so the text size is not 100. And sometimes it does this. Just by default, it will make it 100, but it doesn't look like it's 100 there. All right. 9 times out of 10, it's because this may not. You have to actually put the text in here where it says button text. All right. So that's what we need to do. Submit. And then we're going to come over here, and then we need to, you see how I've just actually come off the 100, and it's actually recognized at what size it is now. So I'm just going to make it a little bit more smaller there. Not sure if this is actually big enough. I'm going to put more spacing. Yeah, put more space in here. And I might add some over here as well. Add more space in there, but then I'll actually make it wider. So cool. And this is all ended up down here. Okay. So I've done that bit, and so that's the form. That's now actually on the site. We just need to change some of the stuff here. Let's just actually make some of this text smaller. Let's go 18 here. Do the same here. We'll make that 22. $22, 18, 18. And then 18 there. All right, so I'm not sure why that's ended up down over here, but let me just see why. It could be to do with the whole size here. Yeah, static. So you see it's static. This can cause problems sometimes. So we're going to take it off static and do it on percentage. And then, okay, well, that didn't make any difference, but we need to probably just get rid of this here. We'll get rid of all this actually. And what I might do here is I'll just drag and drop two. See if I can drag and drop a 2-column container. So I'm going to come up to here into the elements, which I don't think is going to happen actually. I think we'll just leave it like that. Sometimes these pre-made forms do actually kind of give you a little bit of a problem, a challenge, but we'll leave it like that. We'll just we'll have it visit us. We'll have like the street address and the we'll have put an email address and all that. below that. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change that background to white again. Is that a block? No. I can do it on a block if I wanted to, which I'll just do here. Right. So now that's all white there. Okay, cool. So we've got that there. And in here to change the address, all you need to do is come into here, click on the map, come into here, and just put the address in here. So I'm just going to put, oh gosh, New Zealand. You can put the street address, obviously, in there. I'll just put the city and all that. So, all right. So now it's got basically the map of my area or my city, and then I just put, and I can put a street address and all that sort of stuff in there, and then do the same for what I just did before, and then you'll end up with the map for directions. Okay. All right. And I think the other thing is what you can do. Oh, no, don't think you can. Yeah, no, you can't. But so far, what we've done now is we've created the, we've kind of dressed it up a wee bit, but we've done the tabs. I will probably work on this outside of today's session, and I'll show you how that was done, how I made that bigger and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, we've got the form. And really, at the end of the day, we've got the footer that we need to sort out, legal pages, and I forgot what this was for. What was this for? Oh, this was, okay, so this was for the scrolling text. Now, if you're not too sure what this website, if you're kind of like joining us for the first time, or you're watching this for the first time, and you're not too sure how we got all this stuff here, like the code embed and all that, I'm going to show you the website that we're actually we're emulating, if you like. It's one that I did for a client of mine. It's not a Groove template. It's just my own that I created and for client. So it's this one here, which I would just actually, a lot of you will know which one it is, but okay. So it's this one here. All right. As you can see, we've got the menu up the top. We've got the header. We've got the logos. We've got the, there's supposed to be an image that pops up here, but I think it's kind of loading up. I'm having problems with my internet at the moment by the looks. And we've got the testimonials, and then we've got, like you can see here, we've got the map and all that sort of thing. And that code embed is this one here, which I'm going to show you guys next week how to do. Okay. And then, of course, we've got the footer with the privacy cookies and in terms of service. Those are your policy pages. All right. So let me just stop share. All right, guys. So that's it for this week. We went through, we got quite a bit done. We've still got a few more things to do. I think next week I'll be actually naming who, because I will be putting your guys' names into the raffle, who actually gets to have that website template. And of course, it will be responsive for a device, for any device. And of course, I will take it as far as I need to in terms of your content, your images. We'll put your images on, but you will need to have those images uploaded in your account so that you can actually make sure that those images are seeded into the website on your site. Because when I share this link with you, okay, you're not going to have the images automatically go into your Groove gallery. All right. So you will need to upload those same images that you supply me, whoever wins. Okay. That's me, guys. Thanks, Ness. Thanks, Nancy. Awesome. Thank you. And thank you, Tyra. And thank you all for being here. And we'll see you next week. And we should have a winner for the template next week. Okay. Bye for now.
You gotta get into the groove.